Okay, this is the Crystal Beast deck. The deck is built around this card, Rainbow Dragon. The idea is that you have these gem monsters. There's 7 of them for 7 colors of the rainbow, and you bring them out on the field or in the graveyard, and then you special summon this card. Once you summon Rainbow Dragon, you can go into Rainbow Over Dragon or Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive, and that's pretty much what the deck is built around. Rainbow Dragon is the key card. It's just a 4,000 attack monster that you can special summon when you have 7 different crystal beasts in the field or grave. And you can shuffle back the field into the deck by tributing this card. There's 3 crystal beast sapphire Pegasus. This all the crystal beasts have the effect that when they're destroyed, instead of being sent to the graveyard, they get sent to the spell and trap zone. That's the optional effect. You can still send it to the graveyard if you want. And when Sapphire Pegasus is summoned, you can search one of your crystal beasts from the deck and place it on the spell and trap zone. There's 2 Ruby Carbuncle. Normally people play only 1, but I prefer 2 in case one gets sent to the wrong zone or in the graveyard, so I have another one I can special summon. When Ruby Carbuncle is special summoned, you can summon every single Crystal Beast monsters from the spell and trap zone right into the monster zone. Really powerful effect. You can get 5 monsters easily with Ruby. 2 copies of Crystal Beast Amber Mammoth. Normally people only play 1, but I'm running a trap card that increases the attack from 1700 to 3300. And 3300 can like beat over a Blue Eyes, so running 2 copies instead of just 1 copy. You have to run all 7 of the Rainbow Beast cards. Most of them don't have much good effect. Only Pegasus and Ruby are the notable ones, and you just have to run 1 copy of each of the other ones just to for summoning condition of Rainbow Dragon. Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger, I think this increases its attack by 400 when it attacks. Crystal Beast Emerald Tortoise. This thing, if a monster attacks, you can change that monster in just 1 monster back into defense position. Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle. This thing bounces back a Crystal Beast card on the field back to the top of the deck. Really bad effect. Never use this. If you bounce it back to the top of your deck, you're missing out on a draw. And you want them on the field or in the grave anyway, so this is not very good. Crystal Beast Amethyst Cat. This thing can attack directly even if your opponent has monsters on the field, and the damage I think is halved when it attacks directly. 2 Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. This is the new Crystal Beast. This didn't used to exist when the Crystal Beast cards first came out. This thing basically summons itself when a Crystal Beast monster battles, special summons itself, and it can also search for your Rainbow Dragon. Oh, it has a 3rd effect where you can vanish it from the spell and trap zone to special summon a level 4 or lower Crystal Beast. So 3 really good effects. It can summon itself during battle, it can search Rainbow Dragon, and it can special summon one of your Crystal Beasts. Normally, I usually run 3, but I couldn't fit the 3rd card into the deck. I want to run 3, but at the moment I'm running 2. Also, this vanishes itself. Normally, you want the crystal beast in the field or grave for the rainbow dragon, but there's a fusion that still makes use of the vanish for extra attack. So this is like the secret fourth rainbow beast. The you could say it's like the white color before it's split into the 7 colors of the rainbow. Yamatoko Orochi, the tuner. It's a level 1 tuner, but it's also a level 8 tuner. Because of its effect, it can be both level 1 and level 8, depending on which one you want. If you use it as a level 1, you can tune it with a level 4, 1 plus 4, 5, to summon a Speedroid Chanbara, and this thing can attack twice and gains a 200 attack every time it attacks. So, and also Yamatoko Orochi increases the attack of a level 8 or lower synchro summoned by this, so it's a level 5. Its attack is increased by 800. So the 2000 becomes 2800, and it attacks, so it gains 200 more, so it immediately becomes a 3000, and then it can attack a second time. The second time it becomes a 3200, and then the next turn it can attack twice again, so it becomes a 2400 and then a 2600. So its attack just can keep on increasing the more you attack with it, and it can attack twice every turn. Really good with Yamatoko Orochi. I used to run a Ally of Justice Catastore, but I think the Speedroid Chanbara is more useful for quickly increasing attacks and high attack monster. Also, if you use it at level 8, you can tune it with a level 3. So 8 plus 3, 11, to bring out a Psychic and Punisher. This is a really powerful card. If your life point is lower than your opponent's life point, basically your opponent can't affect this card. It's unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. You can pay 1000 life points, so reduce your life point, so help get a lower life point for the being unaffected. And also, when you pay 1000 life point, you can target one monster you control and one card your opponent control, and you can vanish them. So vanish one of your crystal beast or low level monsters, and then vanish one of your opponent's cards as well. Also, at the start of battle phase, you gain attack equal to the difference in your life point and your opponent life point. Say you have like 2000 life point and your opponent has 8000 life point, then you gain 6000 life point. So in that example, it'll become a 9500. Also, if your life point is higher than your opponent, you still gain the difference. So if your opponent is like 4000, yours is like 5000, you still gain 1000, so it becomes a 4500. It's really good at increasing its attack to really high numbers. It's very similar to the new Exodia card everyone's playing. Not as powerful as the Exodia one, but it can like get attacks higher than the Exodia one if you play properly and wait a couple of turns. And the attack point stays for as long as it's on the field, not just for one turn. It's a permanent attack increase. So every turn you can just keep increasing the attack of Psychic and Punisher. That's the level 1, level 8 tuner, Yamatoko Orochi. Derpy card. Then you have 3 Ash Blossoms. this is the hand trap. Basically, if your opponent moves anything from the deck, you can just discard this and negate that effect. Move anything from the deck to anywhere, or add from the deck, or special summon from the deck. This you can activate. It's a level 3 tuner, so if you have this and this, level 3 and level 8, you can, another way of summoning the Psychic and Punisher. If you have level 3 and level 4, you can bring out a Crystal Beast Synchro Dragon, 3 plus 4, 7. And Crystal Beast Synchro Dragon has 3 effects. One is that you can negate the effect of a level 5 or higher monster. Another is that you can negate the effect of a monster effect that targets a level 5 or higher monster. And the third effect is when you destroy, it negates and destroys. When you destroy a monster with this card's effect, it gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's attack. So it can go up really high. Also, if you have a level 3 and another level 3, you can just exceed them, overlay them into a rank 3 Xyz, Chronomaly, Crystal, Chrononaut. So you always have something you can make with the Joyous Ash Blossom, Joyous Spring, no matter which card combinations of 2 cards you have. One Kurikara Divindicate. This is a newer card, newer for me because I've never seen it before until building this deck. Basically, if your opponent activates a monster effect during your turn, you can tribute one or more of those monsters, and then you can special summon this. And it gains 15,000 attack for each each monster tributed for it. So at minimum, it's always going to have 3,000 life point, 3,000 attack. And if it's like 2, then it's going to have like 4,500 attack. Easy way to get high attack. And it can also special summon a monster from the opponent's graveyard during the end phase, and that monster stays on your side of the field. You can steal your opponent's like good monsters with this card. One Elemental Hero, Neos. I wasn't sure if I wanted to run this card. A new elemental hero has arrived from Neospace. When he initiates a contact fusion with a Neospatian, his unknown powers are unleashed. Not only can is he Neos fusion, but he can fuse with Rainbow Dragon to make a Rainbow Neos. And the spell that allows it is the Neos fusion. This spell, you can send monster from hand, deck, or field for this, and if the fusion would be destroyed or removed from the field, you can vanish the Neos fusion to protect it for one time. The Rainbow Neos has a really powerful effect where basically you can send one card from the top of your deck to grave to shuffle all of your opponent's grave back into the deck, or you can send a spell to shuffle all of your opponent's spell or trap to shuffle all your opponent's spell or trap into the deck. Also, you can send a monster you control to the grave to shuffle all monsters your opponent control into the deck. So basically, you can shuffle everything in the monster zone, or you can shuffle everything back in from the spell or trap zone, or you can shuffle your opponent's graveyard back into the deck. One of the three. And you can also, it also has high attack, 4,500. Some spell destructions, Harpy Feather Duster and Cosmic Cyclone, 3 spell removals. One Raigeki, monster removal, destroy all monsters. If you're running Harpy Feather Duster, it's like the Raigeki just comes in a pair. Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster. The field spell, Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. I was running 2 copies, but needed to make room, so cut it down to 1 copy. It has like 5 different effects based on the number of Crystal Beast cards in your spell and trap zone. So if you have 1, the card can't be destroyed by effects. If you have 2, you can have a battle damage, 1 battle damage every turn. If you have 3, you can send a Crystal Beast from the monster zone into the graveyard and negate a spell or trap. If you have 4, you can draw a card. Really good effect. And normally you just want to have 4 of them, and you can just get 1 extra draw every turn by having 4 monsters in the spell or trap zone. And if you have 5, you can like special summon one of the Crystal Beast from the spell and trap zone. So let's say I have 5 of these. I can special summon the Ruby Carbuncle from the spell and trap zone, and then for Ruby's effect, I can special summon everything from the spell and trap zone right into the monster zones. Or I can like use the 3rd effect to negate spells and traps my opponent activates. Yep. Oh, another thing you can do with Crystal Beasts in the spell and trap zone is you can summon this card, Snake Eyes Doomed Dragon. You just need 2 Crystal Beasts from the spell and trap zone. You send them to the grave and you special summon a Snake Eyes Doomed Dragon. This thing, you can turn one of your you can send one of your opponent's monsters from the monster zone into the spell and trap zone. Basically just remove one monster from your opponent's side and neutralize it by sending it to the spell and trap zone. New card, Snake Eyes Doom Dragon, playing 2 copies. Before this, people used to play Hamon, the Lord of Striking Thunder, which used 3 cards of Crystal Beast in the spell and trap zone to summon itself. This thing has lower attack than Hamon, 1000 lower, but it has a better effect where you can remove one of your opponent's monster. And then one copy of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. This artwork is really weird. I don't understand what the big thing is. I think it's Rainbow Dragon, but the angle is a bit weird. Rainbow Bridge of the Heart gives you 1 additional normal summon of Crystal Beast. Also, if Crystal Beast is sent to the spell and trap zone, you can bounce this card and one of your opponent's card. And I think the 3rd effect is you can destroy a Crystal Beast card to add a crystal spell or trap from deck. 3 really good effects. One one additional normal summon, one spell trap search, and one bounce. 3 rainbow bridge. This thing lets you search one of your crystal spell trap from deck. It's the search card. Also deck thinning. 2 crystal bond. Normally people play 3 copies, but I'm playing 2 copies because you can only activate one a turn. You rarely activate the 3rd copy anyway. You win by the time you draw the 3rd copy. This thing, you add a crystal bead from deck to hand, and you also place the crystal beads from deck to spell trap zone. And 2 copies of golden rule. You search the crystal bond or the golden rule using the rainbow bridges. These things searches these. Golden rule is slightly stronger than crystal bond, but you need to make use of both for the full combo. You place 2 crystal beads from deck to face up in your spell and trap zone, and then you special summon 1 crystal beads from hand or grave. So normally what you'd do is that you'd have 1 copy of crystal bond and 1 copy of golden rule. You'd activate the crystal bond to search out ruby carbuncle, and then you'd place something in the spell and trap zone. You'd activate golden rule, and then you'd place like 2 more cards in the spell and trap zone, and you'd special summon the ruby carbuncle, and the ruby carbuncle would special summon the 3 cards you placed in the spell and trap zone. So you'd have 4 monsters right away. And if you have a Pegasus in hand, you can normal summon the Pegasus. You still have the normal summon left, and then you'd have another monster in the spell and trap zone that you can summon. So you could have like 5 monsters right away. Or you could use like the Rainbow Dragon's effect to summon a level 4 or lower Crystal Beast. So mainly you want to use Ruby Carbuncle with the Golden Rule. Or you can just try and get all 7 of the Crystal Beast to summon the Rainbow Dragon. One feature fusion. This thing, you have to wait 3 turns. 1 turn you activated. The next turn you send the fusion materials from deck to grave. And on the 3rd turn you summon the fusion. It's a bit slow, but you normally want to target Rainbow Over Dragon, and then you send the 7 Crystal Beast cards from deck to grave to summon the Rainbow Over Dragon. And it says 7 Crystal Beast monsters, so it does not have to be 7 different ones. You can have multiple copies of the same one to summon Rainbow Over Dragon. So you can always target this for future fusion. Ultimate Crystal Magic. This thing can bring out your boss monster really quickly. Whenever a Crystal Beast is destroyed, you can just send 7 Crystal Beasts with different names from hand, deck, or face up on the field to grave, and then you special summon a ultimate crystal fusion from the deck. So it brings out the Rainbow Over Dragon right away, and you can vanish it to place any number of crystal monsters from graveyard to face up on the spell or trap zone on the in the spell traps. Okay. Rainbow Over Dragon you normally summon by having a Rainbow Dragon. Where did that card go? So there's 3 ways of summoning Rainbow Over Dragon. You can special summon a Rainbow Dragon and then tribute it to summon Rainbow Over Dragon. You can summon Rainbow Over Dragon with Future Fusion, or you can summon it with the Ultimate Crystal Magic. 3 different ways of summoning it. And it has the shuffle effect where it can shuffle back your opponent cards. It also has the gaining attack effect where you can vanish a Crystal Beast monster to gain attack equal to the vanished card. Once you summon the Over Dragon, you want to go into the Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. This thing, when you have 7 different Crystal Beasts vanished for this card's summon, it gains 7,000 attack, so the attack is 11,000. It also has the shuffle effect, and it also has the effect where you can special summon any number of vanished Crystal Beast monsters when you activate the effect. Normally when you get this, 1 attack is enough to win the game. And it also has the shuffle if things go wrong. You can just quick effect, activate it any time, and shuffle everything back from your opponent's side. And then you can summon the Crystal Beast with this effect, the Vanished Crystal Beast. Crystal Miracle, Draco Utopian Aura, 3 counter traps. The Draco Utopian Aura, you can negate a monster effect, and then you can vanish 1 monster from your hand and gain control of the monster you just negated and destroyed. So you can steal your opponent card by having a monster card in your hand, and you can negate the effect and destroy it and then take control of it. I kind of don't like the artwork. I'm not a big fan of Utopia, but it has a powerful effect. Crystal Miracle, really powerful card. You can negate pretty much anything with this spell, trap, or monster effect just by destroying a Crystal Beast card. So it can be a Crystal Beast in the spell or trap zone or the monster zone. And it also has a vanishing effect where you can vanish it from the graveyard to place a Crystal Beast from hand, deck, or graveyard into the spell zone, spell trap zone. Last 2 cards, Crystal Beast. This is the card I mentioned when showing Amber Mammoth. This thing increases the attack by the defense. So 1700 gets increased by 1600, becomes a 3300. Or this thing, 300 plus 300, 600. Most of the cards become stronger monsters. Like this card becomes a 3000, 1800 plus 1200. So this card lets your like weak monsters, the level 4s, the level 3s, actually be able to survive in battle and not have to, even in like if you're playing without using the extra deck, you can still use this trap to make your normal the average monsters strong enough to beat over a Blue Eyes or 3000 attack monsters. Uh, Normally, people don't even run one copy, but I'm playing against bots, and the bots just auto forfeit when you have true monsters that have more than 3,000 attack. So it's a really easy way of winning duels. Now for the extra deck, I've already shown Snake Eyes Doom Dragon, 2 copies of this. Rainbow Neos, Rainbow Over Dragon, Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. I think in Japanese it's called Ultimate Gem God Rainbow Dragon, but they shortened the name to just Rainbow Dragon. Also, the crystal beasts are called Gem Beast in Japanese. Not sure why they changed gem to crystal, because there's gem knights and gem cards, and the gem cards should work with the crystal beast cards, but because of the naming, they currently, it's a bit weird. The synchros are Chanbara level 5, Clearing Shingle Dragon level 7, and Psychic and Punisher level 11. So notice there's no level 6. Normally, if you have a 3 and 3, you can just go into a rank 3 exit, so there's no level 6. Same for 8. If you have a 4 and 4, you can just go into a rank 4. Just to fit more cards in, I had to remove some of the synchros. Rank 3 is Chronomaly Crystal Chrononaut. There's better rank 3s you can play. I'm just playing this because it has the crystal name just for the theme. It's basically a U-Bell. When your opponent attacks, they take damage, and this can't be destroyed by battle or effect when it's attacked. The turn it's attacked. There's a rank 4 Diamond Crab King. I'm playing this just because it has the name Diamond and it has a cool artwork. Just look at that. Diamond artwork. A crab with diamonds gray out of it. It's basically a 3,000 attacker. It's basically when you have material for 2 turns, you can change between 3,000 attack or 3,000 defense. And it can change itself to defense after it attacks. And if it's attacked without a material, it goes into attack. If it's in defense mode when it's attacked and it doesn't have material, it goes into attack mode. And if it attacks, it goes into defense mode. And you can use the effect to swap the attack with the defense or the defense with the attack. Divine Arsenal AA Juice Sky Thunder. This thing you can summon when a Xyz monster has battled. So you can just summon a Xyz, battle with it, and then overlay into this. This thing can destroy all your opponents, all cards besides itself, and you can also attach cards to this when a card is destroyed on your side of the field. The link monsters are Sorcerer of Sebek. It's a link 2. Basically, you get to gain some life point when you attack with, do damage with this card or a card this card points to. And you also get to make each player take 1,000 damage when you gain life point. Not just by this card, but also by other cards. A link to Geonator Transverser. It says link 2, but in my mind it's a link 3 because you need 3 monsters to make use of this. 2 monsters to summon it, and a 3rd monster it points to use the effect. It can't be this card and monsters this card points to can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects, which doesn't come up too often. And you can swap control of the cards it points to. So normally you'd have a ruby carbuncle on this corner, and you'd have something strong on your opponent's corner, and you use this to switch the controls of them. They get the ruby carbuncle or something bad, and you get their strong monster. And for the link 4 is a Borolo Dragon. Really shiny card. I kind of don't like it being so shiny. It makes it harder to look at and read. It can't be targeted with monster effects. You can reduce the attack of one monster attack and defense by 500. Opponent can't respond to the attack reduction. And if this attacks in this damage step, you can take control of the monster and of the monster it attacks and put it in the zone it points to. And that happens until the end of the next turn. So you have your opponent monsters for one turn. Another way of stealing your opponent card. And the final card, Cosmic Tree Irmistil. It's a 2000 attack monster, but you can boost it to 5000, and then later more than 5000, 8000, and so on if you have enough life point. And you do have enough life point because this thing gives you life point when your opponent special summons a monster. So you gain life point when your opponent special summons a monster, and you can use the life point to increase this card's attack. And the attack is a permanent attack increase, so it does not go back to normal at the end phase. The attack stays increased, so you can just keep increasing it by paying life point, and keep gaining life point by having your opponent summon monsters. That's all the cards. Fusions for Synchro 3. Xyz 3. Oh, Synchro 5 actually. And 4 links. And for the extra deck, side deck, I didn't put much thought into the side deck, but I'll explain it anyway. I have another Rainbow Dragon. So if the one copy of Rainbow Dragon you play gets removed or vanished, then you're in a bad spot. Even if it goes into graveyard, it makes it hard to summon out the boss monsters. You can still summon it with Ultimate Crystal Fusion or Future Fusion, but that relies on having a different card. So this is a second copy of Rainbow Dragon, and if you play the second copy of Rainbow Dragon, you can make use of Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. This thing lets you, if you show a Rainbow Dragon from hand, you can search for a Rainbow Bridge card or a Rainbow Refraction, or you can special summon a Crystal Beast from anywhere in the game. So normally you want to special summon the Crystal Beast by showing a Rainbow Dragon and activating this card. You have 3 copies of the Pendulum Monster Crystal Master. This thing you can tribute to search for a Crystal Spell or Trap or a Crystal Beast Monster or a Rainbow Dragon. It's a good searcher, and you have an additional normal summon with Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. So it's it does it's not uh, it's easy to summon this, and you don't lose anything by normal summoning it. 3 Ghost Bell Haunted Mansion. I think it's similar to Ash Blossom. It's just if a card is moved from the graveyard, you can discard this to negate the effect. Anything that would move something from the graveyard, you can discard this to negate. It's also a level 3 tuner. Normally, you don't want to run this. When you play a game, you want to, instead of this, you want Necro Valley, which is a more permanent version of this. But because we're already running a field spell, we can't run Necro Valley. Some people do run Necro Valley instead of the field spell, the Ancient Ruin field spell we're running. The other pendulum scale, Crystal Keeper. This thing has 2 different effects. When it's in the pendulum scale, you can stop the first time a Crystal Beast a card would be destroyed. You can just stop that from happening the first time, each turn. And also it has a second effect where you can, the monster effect, which activates from the hand or when it's on the field. Normally you want to activate it from the hand. It doubles your Crystal Beast's attack. So this thing, 1700, it becomes a 3400. The attack is doubled. A Pegasus, 1800, the attack becomes doubled and becomes 3600. You just discard this from your hand. It's like a worse version of Honest, and the attack is doubled, but the monster whose attack is doubled is destroyed after the battle. You can just have it in a pendulum scale to stop a monster Crystal Beast from being destroyed. So if you have 2, you can stop its own effect destroying the card by having another one in the pendulum scale. I don't run this in the main deck because there's 2 problems with these cards. One thing is that it's a crystal card but not a Crystal Beast card. So a lot of the effects that require Crystal Beast does not work with this. The second problem is that it does not count as a continuous spell when in the pendulum zone. It just counts as a spell card in the pendulum zone. It just counts as a pendulum card in this pendulum zone. So you're losing 1 or 2 spell zones, spell and trap zones, but you're not benefiting from some of the cards that require Crystal Beast in the spell and trap zone. Their scales are 2 and 5, so you can pendulum summon 3 and 4s Crystal Beast, but that rarely comes up. A Crystal Conclave. This is the card people prefer running instead of Crystal Brilliance. This is what I run, but this is what people normally run. It just special summons a Crystal Beast when a Crystal Beast is destroyed. And it also has the effect where you can just bounce 2 cards, a Crystal Beast and one of your opponent's cards, similar to the Rainbow Bridge of Heart, but only one time. I don't run this because it's a continuous card. It stays on the field. You lose one of your spell and trap zones, and it only activates when a monster is destroyed. So if it's destroyed in the spell and trap zone, it doesn't activate. This is a really powerful card. This is basically Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster. These 2 cards combined into one. But you do have to send 4 Crystal Beasts from spell and trap zone to activate it. It destroys all your opponent's card. One copy of this. I don't get to run it very often. It also clashes with Snake Eyes Doom Dragon because you're losing materials to summon Snake Eyes, or your using Crystal Abundance. You don't get to do both. So it's just a powerful card that's hard to use. That's the deck. Red, orange. Where's that tiger? Yellow, green, blue, darker blue, and purple violet, the 7 crystal beast, and the white rainbow dragon, and the main card rainbow dragon. I don't know why they called it rainbow dragon. It's confusing. This is ultimate crystal rainbow dragon. This is just crystal beast rainbow dragon, which is a bit confusing because they're both called rainbow dragons, but this does not get treated as the ultimate crystal card. And I think they should have just called it like rainbow crystal beast worm, or crystal beast wyvern, or create something different. Calling it rainbow dragon makes it confusing. That's the deck.